So today we'll be discussing on the topic counting sort, right? So let's get into the definition part. Counting sort is a non-comparison based algorithm. It's one of the well-known non-comparison based algorithm that sorts the elements by counting the frequency of each value based on the number of times the element has present in the array. Uh, the elements will be sorted. Yep. Again, counting sort is a non-comparison based sorting algorithm that sorts elements by counting the frequency of each value within a known range. It works best when the range of values is small compared to the number of elements. It only works best when the range of values is small compared to the number of elements. Next, let's move on with the algorithm explanation. First, what we'll be doing, we have to find the maximum value in the array. We have to find the maximum value in the array. Create a count array to store the frequency of each value. Second, what we are doing, we have to, or we will be creating the count array because we have to store the frequency of each value somewhere. That is the reason we'll be creating the count array. Finally, we'll be converting the count array into the sorted output by placing the values based on their counts. That's what we will be doing, right? So let's try to implement the same thing in the form of algorithm. You'll understand this one better. So next, what shall we do? First thing here. So let me consider a very simple example. I'll just go with int array. So I'll just go with some random elements here. As we are counting, let me take the duplicate elements. Yep. So let me go with 3, 1. Yeah. Now, let's go with the first step, nothing but we have to find the maximum element in the array, right? So this one, find the maximum value in the array. For that, let me go with the max variable here, max equals. So let me initialize that one to the first element or the 0th index. Yep. So this is fine. Next, let's move on with the traversal part. I'll just go with int I equals 0, I less than array dot length, this part. And finally, let me go with I plus plus, incrementing the I. Within the for loop, let's write the simple if condition. If this one, array of I, if it is greater than max, then what we'll do, then max equals, let me assign the max to array of I. Yep. So this part. Yeah. So this is fine, I believe. Let me come out of this one entirely. Now, let's go with the second step, nothing but creating the count array of size max plus 1. So let me go with a variable count here. So I'll just go with a count. So here I'll just go with new int of max plus 1. Yeah. For the safer side, I'll just go with the max plus 1. Next, we have successfully created the counter of size max plus 1. Next, we have to store the frequency of each element somewhere, right? For that, I'll just go with a for loop here. See, I'll just go with for int I equals 0, I less than length of the array, then I plus plus. So here within the for loop, let's store this one in count of array, this one, array of I. So we have to increment this one, right? So I'll just go with plus plus here. We are storing the frequency of each element. Yep, by making use of the for loop. So next, we have to modify the original array using the count array. How can we do that? So let me go with index equals 0. So this is one of the thing. Next, let me go with a simple for loop. So I'll just go with int I equals 0, I less than or equal to max. So let me increment the I. So within the for loop, let me go with simple while loop or the while condition. So let me go with count of I. If it is greater than 0, suppose while suppose count of I, if it is greater than 0, then let me go with the array of index, this part. Yep. So let me assign this one to the I, and let me go with index plus plus. Let me go with count of I minus minus. So this is fine, I believe. Let me format the code once so that this looks good. Yep. So we are modifying the original array using the count array here, from here to here, right? Mainly. So next, after doing this, what we have to do, finally, we have to print the sorted array. So this is it for the algorithm. For the interactiveness, we have to print the algorithm. Sorry, print the sorted array. Sorry. Yep. Let me go with a simple for loop here. I'll just go with I equals 0, I less than this one, length of the array, then let me increment the I. So within the for loop, I'll just go with the S out, nothing but system out print ln. So we don't have to go with the ln, I think. We'll be, let's print in the, or print on the same line. So I'll just go with array of I. So also let's concatenate this one space. We need space between the elements so that this looks good. So I'll go with the space. So this is it for the coding part. I don't see any typo or the error here. So before running the code, let's do one thing. Let's this one, what do we call? Let's try run the code so that we get to know whatever the code that we have written is correct or not. And also we get to know the output for the example that we have considered within the code. Yep. And later we can come here and run the code that we have written. First, let's dry run the code. Let's do that. So let's move on with the dry run part. So we'll be going with the same example that we have went within the code. 422 833 1. Right. So let's count the array of this one after counting. Right. After counting. So I'll just go with index here as well as let me go with the count. Yep. Index we have how many elements? So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements we have, right? So I'll just go from 0 to 8 here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And count the number of zeros we have is 0. Yeah. The number of ones we have within the array is 1. The number of twos we have is 2. You can just count 422, right? So 2 we have 2. Number of threes we have is 2 as well. Yep. So this is fine. Number of threes we have 2. Number of fours we have 1, 5, 0, 6, 0, and 7 also we do not have. 8 we have here ones. Yep. So 8 I'll write 1. Right. So this is it for the index as well as the count. Now let's rebuild the array. So I'll just write here rebuilding array. Let me write here rebuilding array. So within the rebuilding array part, first thing we will place one exactly once. So we have one once here. You can clearly see. So we'll place one once. Yeah, I'll just write here place one once. Then we'll place two twice. So I'll just write here place two twice, and then we'll place three thrice. So sorry, 3 also twice. You can clearly see. We'll place 3 twice. So I'll just go with place 3 twice. Next, we'll place 4 once and we'll place 8 once. We'll place 4 once and finally we'll place this one 8 also once. So the final array would be, so let me go with final array or the output array here. So this one will be 1. We are placing 2 twice actually. So double 2, 3 also twice, double 3, and 4 once, only once, and 8 also just once, right? So this is going to be the final array or the output array. Yeah. So this is it for the dry run. So this is the output that we need to get 122 33 48. Yep. So this is it for the dry run. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. Yep. So this part. Yeah, so we are done with the dry run part. We are done with the dry run part. Now we have discussed the algorithm, we have written the code, we have dry run the code accordingly with the example that we have considered. We are left with only two things. One is we have to run the code that we have written. If everything goes well and if we get the desired output, then we have to discuss the complexities for the code that we have written. Let's do those two things. Yep. First, let's run the code that we have written. So I've come to the coding part. So just give me a second here. 1 second. Yeah, let's run the code that we have written. So here you can clearly see 122 3348. So accordingly with the dry run, we had to get the same output. We had just dry run the code, right? So we got the same output there. We had to get the same output. We are getting the desired output in our case. Yep. So we are left with only one thing, nothing but discussing the complexities for the code that we have written. Let's do that quickly. So what would be the time complexity here? The time complexity would lead to big O of n plus k. So the overall time complexity would lead to big O of n plus k. So why it is n plus k? So we are going with one pass for the input n and one for the range k. right? So overall time complexity would lead to big of n plus k. So what would be the space complexity? Space complexity would lead to big of k, right? So why it is big of k? Because we are going with the extra count array of size k, nothing but range here, right? So the time complexity and the space complexity for the code that we have written would lead to big of n plus k and big of k respectively, right? So this is it for the complexities part. Now we are done with the what do we call counting sort algorithm. So next what we are going to do, we will be discussing on the topic radix sort, right? So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.